Saturday morning, Universal show. Been trying to get these guys in for a hot minute, you know. Trying to get them in for a hot minute. You know what I mean? But we can't see them.
Watch it.
Can't see them. Can't get all of them.
We're there now.
You're there now.
Yes.
Live in living colours.
Yes.
Live and kicking.
Yeah. Introduce yourself this morning.
We go by the name of Rough Copy. Good morning.
Rough Copy in the building. So what's going on, man?
What's going on?
What's going on? What's good? What's good?
Well, what's on right now is our single,
Yeah.
Street
but I mean,
Love.
You know, this is the interview a lot of people have been waiting for.
Yeah?
Yeah,
No
because
pressure, bruv.
no, seriously, they've been waiting for this one because we tried to hook it up like after the whole, you know,
X Factor
thing, and it never materialized. So people want to know what's been happening since X Factor.
6 months down the line,
Yeah. Like, what's been good? What you been up to, man?
Reel it off bullet points.
Yeah, well, we came off the show,
Yeah.
had like 1 day's rest, if that. And then obviously during the show, during the live shows, gigs are booked automatically. So you come out and you've got a whirlwind of gigs. And lucky enough, we was one of the most bands of last year to have that much gigs from when we left to the end of the year. So we've just been gigging. Yeah, so we just been gigging. Next minute it was Christmas. Obviously holiday period, still gigging. Then 2014, had to rehearse for the tour. Also record our single, more gigs, meetings galore, did the tour, and now we're here now. Official single, Street Love, out 29th of June, available to pre-order.
Love that. We're going to get to that as well. We're going to get to that.
I can feel the love right now.
I can get to that. We're going to get to that. So,
I can feel the love.
I want to know,
Watch.
how did you all link up in the first place? How did you all come about?
You want some history
I
now?
want history now. Yeah, let's take it back before we go forward.
take it back.
Yeah, let's...
Wow. 7
Let's
years.
do this.
Yeah. Well, 7 years ago, obviously I was on my dance route, you know what I mean? I was focusing on my dance. And there was a
What kind of dancing you do?
I'm a trained street dancer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that was
Okay.
my focus at the time. Obviously,
Okay.
coming from where we're coming from, the whole credit scene, just trying to inspire and just motivate myself to do something better, innit? You know what I mean? So at that time, there was a management company, which I was good friends with one of the managers, and I don't know. I just approached him one day. It's like, you know, you get that light bulb effect. Like, I need to do something. I need to put myself in a position of power. So I just went there, met him up, spoke to him, and he just gave me the opportunity. But he did say, like, listen, if you can get me two other talented guys, we can do something. You know what I mean? At that same week, I was doing a competition called South's Got Talent, and that's where I met Sterling. Literally walking through the corridor, and there was like dancers' room, singers' room, and I was just one of them ones just everywhere, just inner.
Yeah.
Just heads up. Just went into their room, and I don't know, it was him. Funnily enough, in that same room was Derry from The Risk, imagine. And his voice just stood out to me, you know. He stood out. He just went over there and was like, yo, have you ever considered being in a group? And at the same time, I was on the phone to my manager. Just gave him the phone, man. I was like, yo, can you hear this? Can you hear this? And we were just excited about that moment. And then, yeah, linked up with him, and that's how that was born.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then another scenario, I met Joe at a talent competition as well, a showcase, where he was actually helping out one of his mates. And this is why I say, when people say rough copy, I say it's meant to be his fate, because he wasn't actually supposed to be there. He was helping out a friend, and at that split second, I just caught him. He came on stage with some heavy crumping moves, you know what I mean, just doing everything, and he just caught me because of his energy. So. His energy caught me, man. So, you know what I mean? Told the managers, I'm like, yeah, him, get him. And Rough Copy was born.
That sounds great. So when did you decide, you know what? No, we need to take this to the next level. We need some exposure. Why X Factor?
Well, X Factor, don't forget, Next Level was what, 6 years ago? 6 years from when we first started.
Yeah.
So we grinded. We done it the old school way. Do you know what I mean? And obviously we never got what we wanted, was to get signed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, it was kind of like a random thing. You know, in 2012 it started. I was like, guys, you want to apply? I was like, yeah, why not? I was like, all right, cool. So I filled out the application. I sorted it all out. Then when we got our emails telling us what day to come for audition, we had studio that day also booked as well. So when the day actually came, we chose studio over actually doing the audition.
Okay.
So it was like, nah, we didn't want to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to wait for time. It was like, nah, let's go to studio. And then, yeah, so we missed the audition. And then I think there was a apprentice that was working on the show at the time. And he was scouting around, I think, and obviously mentioned us. And then obviously when they found out that we had applied but didn't come down to the audition, there was more than concerned. So they told us to come down. We want to see you guys. Come down, please. So the offer was there. So we came down, auditioned the normal way, got through, went to the house and had to leave, of course, visa issue. And it was like, all right, 2014, 10th anniversary is going to be a big one. At that time, it was supposed to be the last year of X Factor. So it was like, nah, man, we need to do it. We need to do it. Regardless of any circumstances, God will do it. We need to do it. And then 2014 came along and it was like, 13. And we was like, you know what? Let's just do it. Applied again, regardless of what the circumstances was at the time. And then, yeah, next minute ended up, obviously it was rocky because me and Joe had to do a lot of things on our, just us two as a duo to hold it up, and that's hard itself. But obviously the main goal was to have rough copying nights, and that was the objective to get there. And we did it. Came back with good news. It was all in
What did you learn about that whole process of being on there?
Strength.
Yeah.
Never give up. Never give up. Trust me.
Yeah.
I think most of all we learned that no matter who you are, or no matter what you do, you've got to know who you are and what you want before you go on there. If you're in a group, you need to know that. You need to know every single person individually. You need to be connected. You need to all be going and heading in the same direction. There's no point 4 of you want to go down this road and then 1 wants to go that way.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. You need to know what you want and know yourself. Don't, because you can go on there and not get through, and it can break your confidence.
Yeah. Most definitely, yeah.
You know what I mean?
As a lot of people.
Yeah, trust.
You know what I mean?
That's why you need to know who you are and what you want.
Yeah.
And especially coming like groups as well. Don't get it twisted. Obviously, you got lots of Little Mix. They was put together during the show. One Direction. They was put during the show, and they're doing very well.
Yeah.
Obviously, to those that are auditioning for X Factor, don't go to X Factor expecting I'm not be the biggest vocalist, but I look cute. They can put me in a band. It doesn't work like that. Do you know what I mean? And I've seen loads of bands.
So you say when the cocoa butter gone, everything look alright.
No,
still.
but it's true. I get joked, but no, it's so true. It's so true.
Yeah.
That's one thing we tell a lot of groups that we know. You know, is that you won't like if your group ain't like this.
Yeah.
In any form of way, you may argue, that's family, argue, fight, whatever. But if it's still not like this, then you won't prosper.
Because there's been situations where they put different people just to join groups
Yeah.
because they want to try and make a group.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Literally.
Yeah, that can
sometimes
always work
it works,
against.
sometimes it don't. But that depends if they've got the right mix. And it says, yeah, and it works, then, you know, but sometimes it just doesn't work.
So, I mean, you know, since that program, your life turn up now, innit? Tell the truth. Not turn up. Because no, listen, the Americans will say it's turned up. No, the thing turn up. No.
Turn up, yes, you know.
What do you say? No, Joe,
I get joked. Wow.
No, that mashed me up.
Nah, tell the truth. Nah, Joe. Things buck now, innit?
No, you know what it is? Everyone thinks we got,
2 minutes. Wow, listen. Wow.
No, on a serious level. No, everyone thinks that we've been on X Factor, we've come off, and all of a sudden we're these overnight celebrities and we're these superstars, and we get whatever we want. And it's not like that. I think we got to work hard now more than ever. We've got to work harder now more than we ever did. Because this is our chance now. Yeah, going on the show that's where we got our exposure. This is our chance.
Yeah.
Our single, all our material coming out, people seeing us as artists and not as X Factor contestants. This is the most important bit where we have to grind to make it really happen.
Now, what was the conscious decision to cover such a big R&B song, soul song? Whose decision was that? Because that's a massive track.
It's a feel. Like there was obviously we didn't have enough time because we were about to go on tour, so we was in the rush of going from one studio to studio, recording late nights to early mornings. And it was a case where we came in the studio and one of the things was, are there any covers about? Why not? And it was a case, we're going to do a cover. It was like, okay, let's see. And then came in the studio with the Beat Freaks. They played the track. And we was hearing it just as normal people, just listen to it. Okay, getting pitched an idea. And the next minute, the chorus came in and was like, what? And then from when we was feeling it, we heard the track from beginning to end, and then we told it to pull it back up again. It was like, yeah, man, this is nice, this is nice, this is nice, like this. And everyone in the room felt the same way. So if the energy connects from A to B to C, then you know something's right. But obviously, but like I said, now the singles are out June 29th. We're also holding our own concert, headline our own concert.
Wicked.
Tours
Yeah.
in Croydon.
Okay.
So you can get your tickets.
Plug it.
Gigsandtours.com. That's the same day as the song comes out, which is June the 29th. The song is also available to pre-order. Yeah. Okay.
The video's
Video
out.
as well.
The remix video's out as well. So
Yeah.
we got the original. That's
Bro,
on
plug
Vivo.
everything. Plug
We've
it.
got the remix.
It's been a long time.
We've got the DMV version.
Give out your number.
Oh,
everything
right.
you want. Just
Everything you want. Everything you want.
any info. Just gear talk.
No, on the real though.
On a real notice, yeah. So yeah, like Sterling said, pre-order that. That's coming out on the 29th of June. Our video's out right now.
Yes.
Our remix version of
Yes.
the video's out. So please just support that. Let's
Yes.
get these numbers out there.
And there will be a lot of remixes of Street Love itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you make this a success, then we can move on to
Trust.
the second single, guys.
Great.
Made that a
Winter.
success, and then something that you've all been waiting for is the album.
Yeah,
So,
we need to revive that old school R&B, the
Yes.
Shola Ammers, the Craig Davids, you know what I mean? The
Okay.
Jamelias. We're trying to do that. So
Okay.
get behind us and we will do that.
UK's Boys to Men.
I love it. I love it. Do you know what? It's so short, but it's worth the wait. Trust me.
Thank you, brother.
You know what? Wish you all the success of 2014. Definitely want to try and get you back in.
Thank
Do you know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes.
So could you give any information where the listeners could correspond with you guys, Twitter and all that good stuff?
Listen, go onto our website, roughcopy.co.uk. Our Twitter is roughcopyuk. For all our videos, all our madnesses, go on Rough Copy of Rough Copy TV, Rough Copy Vivo, YouTube. I mean, Facebook is Rough Copy Official. Our Instagram is Rough Copy Official. Just, support the cause, man. Just move with the movement.
And could you introduce your single this morning, please?
Yes. Yo, it's your boys,
Rough Copy. And you're listening to our brand new single, Street Love.
Street